One man.
Whew, all right.
3 cameras.
There's one. Right there. How about that?
And an adventure in God's great outdoors.
Thank you, Lord. Thank you. It has been a beautiful day.
It's time for Saltwater Affliction's
Might be the best cast of the day. And there he is. That was the best cast of the day. And there he is. Come on, you. Come on. Come on. Come on. One time. One time. Whew. There you are. Thank you, Lord. He right where he should be.
On the last episode of Saltwater Affliction's Woo-Hoo, I was fishing the change as that changing weather had those snooks starting to bite.
Look at this right here. Florida Keys, fishing the change. Beautiful snook. My gosh, look at that. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Woohoo. That is a woohoo fish. So I'm going to get that fish back in the water right there. Come on, you. Go on. Go get it. Go get it. Whew. Okay, 1 hour. Now 45 minutes maybe. Let's get a mark on that. Okay, let's talk about it. Whew. I don't know what the camera caught because we're just at oddball angles, but true to form, I had a little pocket, something very similar to that, what you're seeing right there. Just a nice V that went back, and because of the setup of being a 1/2 ounce and having the heavy wire hook on this striking outfit, just on the bait rather, it's perfect. Now this is 50-pound fluoro and it's chewed on the end, and here we have 60-pound braid, but attached to the 7.3 TCS frog swim bait rod. And there's that Citrix reel that I absolutely love. So we're spinning around. I think the other camera is going to get a look at it. Now we've muddied up the area, but that's where that fish came from. Now that fish was back where he should have been. So that shows me that we're going to need to consider making a little further penetration cast. That fish was right. That was absolutely right. Thank you, Lord. Do you see the backbone on this rod right here? That to me, that's why I love this rod. This is absolutely my favorite outfit to use when it comes to flipping and top water and just all things. If you made me pick one bait casting rod, this is it. It can handle just anything. I had to let fish. It wanted to turn quickly, and it did turn quickly, but because I had the power instantaneously to turn his head, that's exactly what happened. And I think you might have heard me say that might have been the best cast of the day right before he hit it. And there's no doubt that I could tell that that was exactly where the bait needed to be. Now, let's talk about that, because man, lightning is getting, we're trying to get away from it and the lightning's getting closer. We're going to have an issue here of the boat turning. So it's just the nature of what I'm dealing with here. I'm going to try to turn it here and give us a second to fish this stuff a little bit different away, and there we go. Okay, boat's going to turn around. This is where we started here. I'm wanting to go right down here along this edge, but man, it's getting dark right there. So I passed by the place, and with the oddball angle was able to reach out, and that cast was probably a good 65, 70 feet, you know, and exactly where it needed to be in these conditions, which now, I don't know if you can hear it or not, but the wind's picking up. Matter of fact, white capping right there. So this is, let me just show it to you and be done with it. I mean, that's not friendly. Doesn't seem to be coming this way, and it's clearing up behind me, but it's just right here, you know. But because of this combination, there's no doubt I was able to have that one opportunity. And that fish, you saw he ate it, and I Didn't actually get a good hook in them, but that's okay. We're gonna let this go this way now. And that's exciting to me. I just love it. And I'm thankful. Thank you, Lord. My gosh. New place. Fish for the first time. How about that, huh?
Well, folks, as you can see, the weather is changing, and not for the better. As a matter of fact, a tornado tried to touch down about a mile away from this key where I'm located. So I had to quickly get everything down and start navigating in that shallow water away from the key, all the while watching that tornado trying to touch the ground. Now, fortunately, over just a handful of minutes, it never did develop and never reached the ground. So I put the camera gear back in place, headed back to the key, and started down that mangrove edge, hoping to catch a few more snook. And I really thought the bait of choice was a jig over a fluke.
That's a nice area right here. Yeah, so when they have an urge to feed on the outside edge, don't worry, they will. They absolutely will. So you don't have to use that fluke bait all just for the edges. But on a day that's a little bit tough to make the cast, you have to be ready with a, oh, there he is. Dang it, he's on it. He's on it. There he is. Okay. Yeah, just like that. Okay. I didn't see him. I never felt it. Easy, easy, and boom. That's why. Man, you couldn't dial at it any better. And look at there. They're just grabbing hold of it. Thank you, Lord. Another beautiful fish. It looks like the same one. Wow. Okay. Well, we're getting a good representation of how to do this, aren't we? Thank you, Lord. Another beautiful jig fish right there. Look at here. These are stained. I call them swamp snook. They're feisty too. Man, woohoo! Okay, we're getting a good tutorial on this today. How cool is that, huh? So I went by it. He was back in that corner once again. See if we can take another picture really quick. That's number 2. Nice fish. Okay, let's get him back in the water. Beautiful. Okay, so what we're doing is simple. We're just exploiting the high percentage areas, but to my point about the fluke bait, I don't know that I catch that fish on the fluke bait. And not because the fluke bait wouldn't catch them. In these conditions, it just gets very, very difficult to make a refined cast like that. This has got a little bit more mass coming in at, over an ounce, over a half an ounce, where the fluke bait is maybe at just under a half, the way that I have it rigged. But man, this will work. And you can see they're more just instinctively getting out. I didn't even know I had them. I just saw a swirl and I never did feel them. Then I tightened up, and that's another thing I'm not doing. I'm not pulling the bait away from them. I'm waiting, then I'm yanking, and they're keeping their mouths shut. I've had this experience where they just put their mouth over it and I don't get the hook in them. Again, the swim bait is going to be fished with action immediately in shallow water. They're not hitting it on the bottom. They're going to foul the bait up. So unlike the fluke, you can pause it on its entry and get a moment to kind of regroup. I think that might have been fish. I don't know. It might be just extremely shallow again. That's why I love the swim bait. I love them all, but obviously the day has changed since we've been here. And that's why we're here. We're fishing that change. All right, here's a front side opportunity. A lot of times these snook don't necessarily hit the bait with the aggression that you're going to have the sensation of the bite. You almost have to, especially in the murky water, be able to swim off with it. And I know we've all experienced that before, but it's a reminder that they'll do a lot just like a bass. They don't always slamming it. Fishing the change. This is something of importance to me right here. So I'm going to stop for a second. And we're going to stop right here. Perfect. We're going to hit this outside edge. We're going to go, there he is, right there, right there. There he is. Should have been right there. This one swallowed it. This one swallowed it. This is a good one. Okay, easy now. Easy, 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 easy. Yeah, this one swallowed it right there. Thank you, Lord. Perfect. Come on, just turn it the other way. Come on. Oh, that's a big one. Nice fish. Look at that. Jump right in the net. Oh, man. We on it now. We are on it. Thank you, Lord. Look at this. Look at this right here. Oh, man. Oh, man. This fish ate it. This fish ate it. I can tell when he come up out of the water. Let me show you how this fish ate it. That is gobbling the bait right there. Wow. Woohoo. Okay, let's see if we can get that out of there. Let's go. Look at how big this fish is right here. They got to be a big one. Woohoo. That's a beautiful fish. Okay.
Well, as you can see, fishing the change with the right bait at the right time can surely help you catch those backcountry snook, especially when you're using an inspired fishing combo made by Okuma. Combinations that make you go,